Hi class, how you guys doing? Okay, so this is kind of a checking in um, midway through week one announcement. I just kind of wanted to post this to touch base with you guys and give you my reactions on what we've had so far as far as submissions, um, discussion board posts, etc., and a compilation of some of the emails that I have gotten thus far in the class. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look. Now, we went. I posted these examples, and I want to just show you some things in these examples to be aware of. This was the welcome to Module 1, so we'll take it from here, right? So these are the examples for the final project, and I just want you to notice a couple of things. Note the simplicity in all of these images, all of these examples. There's one main background image. There's a headline, a subhead, a paragraph describing the call to action, the promotional call to action, and the logo and location. There's also a little image that we mask out and place in the main image. And then the formula for the banner is almost the same, but obviously the real estate available for a banner is not quite the same as the real estate available for the magazine ad. It's much, much smaller. Therefore, you'll have to decide what stays in the banner and what goes. So for example, in this first example, we've got the headline and the subhead, right? Headline, subhead, but the paragraph of body copy has been eliminated, and then we just have the call to action, the promotional call to action. So the banner ad in many ways can be thought of as a condensed version of the magazine ad. And note all of these examples are very, very successful, mainly due in part to their simplicity. So we don't have images all over the place, trying to show the viewer everything that our client has to offer. We're just showing a few, one main shot and then that masked image. And we'll get into that more when we get closer to the web banner. But I just want you to be aware that the web banner only includes the headline, subhead, maybe just a little brief synopsis of the call to action. And also note that in the web banner, the only thing that's animated in the web banners is that call to action. That's the only thing that's required to be animated. The students often want to animate this and make this flash and make this blink and make this fade in and fade out, and that there's time for that, but not in this class. This class, the objectives of this course does not get into web animation. It's more meant to be an introduction to text animation using Photoshop. So please keep that in mind, and note that the only thing in the banners that's animated is that call to action. Okay, let's jump over here. If you guys have seen this is our formula for success, and this is just kind of my way of saying, hey, you can really, really do a great job in this class. And I think, in my experience, I have found that most students that follow the tutorials do very, very, very well in the class. So the tutorials, in every week, I've got 1, 2, sometimes even 3 tutorials. And the tutorials each week correspond to that week's assignments and or milestones. Okay, so it's really important, guys. Please keep up with these tutorials. Keep in these announcements. I would jump in these announcements every day. I really would. I know when you open the class, you jump in, and the only thing, let me show you what I mean. So when you jump into the class, I'm just going to go to student view really quick here, and I want to show you what you guys see in the announcements areas. Okay, when you open up, you just see the last 3 announcements, right? Which is great, but I recommend that you just pop that open, view all announcements, just leave this. So that way you kind of have a bird's eye view of what's going on in the class from beginning to end. So you can also, if you're in this area right here, for example, and you're saying, oh, wait a second, I remember there was a tutorial, you can just scroll right down and get to that tutorial. Okay, to access the pertinent information. Okay, so definitely try to consider keeping popping up open all announcements and viewing as kind of a bird's eye view. I don't want to get out of student view before I forget. So let's get back into instructor view, and let's go ahead and see what we have in our announcements. Well, let's go back. I just want to show you a couple more things in our announcements. Okay, so we have examples. We have, oh, this is important, guys. We have formulas for success. This is important. Tutoring service is available. Here's a couple of different ways to get to tutoring services. Now, it's not, guys, it's if you feel like you need tutoring, if there's something you're not getting, it's not a bad thing to reach out for tutoring. It's a great thing. Some of my um, some students in this class that have done very, very well have gotten to the level of proficiency that they're displaying through the use of tutoring. Of course, I'm here to help you. If you need help, reach out to me. Quite often, it's going to be more feasible for you to spend time with a one-on-one tutor, as you can imagine. So, and they will be able to really isolate your problem individually if you are having problems. So definitely take a look at that, get used to it. Just all you have to do is pop in there and just kind of look around. It's pretty much self-explanatory from there, guys. So, all right, then I've got this, the remainder of this checking in announcement. Just kind of some observations here, okay? And then I've got a bunch of image sites right here. So the image search process, which many of you are beginning right now, can be time consuming. So you really, really want to pick great images for this. High quality images, no pixelization, very crisp, very clear. So definitely you want a lot of resources available to you in that research for the image search process. So here, of course, are a bunch of, and I'll show you some more when we get into the where I show you that the style guide. I'm going to review that one more time real quick before this announcement's over. But anyways, a bunch of these are all available for you. Then we also have, I've got a couple other video tutorials, and these are going to help you with assignment 1. These are a little bit older, but the technique is identical, and this is really fine-tuning your adjustment layer. So take a look at those 2 tutorials there. And then we also have, this is a fantastic tutorial going over adjustment layers, specifically levels adjustment layers, which I use quite often to improve the tonal distribution of any given image, thereby increasing and improving the contrast associated with those images. Okay, so all right, now I just kind of want to talk real quick about the actual style guide itself. So the style guide is available in 2 places. Number 1, it's down here in this Welcome to Week 1 announcement. Where the heck is it? Okay, here we are. I'm in Week 1. But right here, here's the style guide right here. This paragraph right here, Amethyst Space Style Guide. That is, you can access that right there directly, or it's in the final project, part 1, rubric, guidelines and rubrics. Another way to reach that is to go to the top of the page, course menu, come down to learning modules, okay, and then we're just going to come to right start here. And there's where all of your rubrics are gathered in one-stop shopping, so to speak. So if we pop that open, we'll see final project part 1 guidelines and rubric. So if I click final project part 1 guidelines and rubric, I'm going to open that guy. Okay, and we can see right here, here's the rubric itself, and right there is the style guide. So if you click that style guide, that's going to take you to the style guide. Now I want you to note something. This is a PDF, okay? So in order to place, when the time comes, in order to place one of these in your style guide, I'm sorry, in your magazine ad, we have to take one of these logos out of the style guide and use it in the magazine ad. But the thing is that this is a PDF, so we can't select this. All you have to do here, guys, is this. Is take this guy and download it. Okay, once that PDF is downloaded, I'm going to go to my download screen, or my download folder. Okay, and here's the PDF. Now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to drag it right. I'm going to open it in Adobe Illustrator. And that's going to take a second to open, but I want to show you exactly how this works. So when this does open in Adobe Illustrator, you'll be able to select. I'm sorry, I should have had Illustrator open prior to this, but I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so you'll be able to select this, copy and paste it, or drag it and drop it into your new ad. It's really fantastic, but I just want to make sure that you know that that is available. Okay, I'm in Adobe Illustrator now, and this is the style guide. As mentioned, I downloaded the PDF for the style guide, then I just opened it in Adobe Illustrator. Now, if you notice, we can come in here in Illustrator and just come to your selection tool, not the white arrow, that's the direct selection tool. The selection tool is the black arrow. And you just come here and you can select any one of these. And as you can see, they're all grouped. Every one of these is grouped and ready to go. So you can just select it, copy and paste it in your magazine ad, or drag and drop in your magazine ad, whichever you're more comfortable with. Sometimes drag and drop is a little wonky with PC users, so you may consider copy and paste. Okay, guys, so let's jump back to where we were. And so that's guidelines and rubrics again, and the announcements area where we were before. Let's jump back there, and quick summary of this video. So we went through the examples. I explained the examples, specifically the areas that you're going to choose to use from the magazine ad to carry over to the banner ad. I also showed you that the only thing animated in the banner ad is the call to action. That's the promotional call to action. I've showed you the formulas for success, quick tips on how to get an A in the class. We went through tutoring services. Here's your links to attain to get to those services. I went through this kind of brief tutorial on adjustment layers. We introduced 2 very, very detailed videos on adjustment layers. We showed you a bunch of assets for images, for your image search process. And then finally, we went through the amethyst-based style guide, learning how to open it in Illustrator to copy and paste the logo in your magazine ad. Okay, guys, again, welcome to week 1. Check in, week 1.5, as it were. And any questions, comments, concerns at all, guys, please let me know. Those of you who have contacted me already know that I'm pretty quick. You're not waiting for me. I'm in every day, and I often answer in a matter of hours. So please don't hesitate to contact me for any help or any clarification at all. All right, thanks, everybody. We'll see you in class.